right, ladies, saddle up.
She's a woman, but she still manages to make that sound like an insult.
Okay, let's be honest with ourselves. Movie adaptations of video games have typically been pretty awful. So when I heard there was a live-action Monster Hunter movie coming to the big screen, I was skeptical to say the least. Monster Hunter is a gaming franchise that I will always hold near and dear to my heart. I played a good handful of games in the series, but none have matched my affinity for Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on the PSP. I've spent almost 2,000 hours on just that game. I've always considered it probably one of my favorite video games of all time, and it's easily the most time I've ever spent into a game. Every weekend, me and one of my best friends I would consider like a brother to me would go over to either his house or mine to just play Monster Hunter together all weekend, from sun up to sundown, only taking breaks to eat or sleep, and we did this for years. Even playing solo to grind further to completing the game. We had to be the G-ranked Hunters of Legends. I mean, I soloed Ukenloose, which is something... Alright, let's get this shindig under the way. Normally let that intro play a little bit longer to let some people show up, but we have a lot to go through tonight. I'm trying out some different brews, some different cards to hopefully help my buddy dwindle down his deck list for the Apex Gaming tournament. We have a current list that he's wanting to attempt to try. Very similar to last time we played that Skin Shifter deck earlier this week. One of the main changes is we changed out Arnie Bowmaster for Captain Lannery Storm. This is a haste 2-2er that whenever it attacks creates a treasure token. Whenever you sacrifice a treasure token, it gets +1/+0 till end of turn. And that's pretty much all that has going on right there. It's not bad. I kind of like it. I like the idea of the treasures. It would obviously help us out getting, our bigger top ends. But the idea is we're going to play a couple games of this. Right? Yeah, anyway. We're going to try out some of this, and then anyway. Sorry, spaced out. We're going to try some of this, and then we have a couple other different builds trying out other cards, seeing how they do. So let's just get into some games. It's late. Tired, but I want to get through some of these games. And Magic Online has been so weird. It did this weird re-download thing, and it's been acting weird ever since. I reset all my settings and stuff. I don't know what the deal was. Got rid of the chat? Just has the play log. Got rid of chat down here. This is obviously a mulligan. This I'm not a huge fan of either. Yikes. Alright, we're going to keep this one. On that straight mull to 4 here. Probably just bottom. I don't know. Probably the other Carpusian Forest. I don't know. Maybe. Try that. It's not worth playing birds because we don't have anything to ramp into. So it just dies. At least that's my thought process. Oh. I was like, are we getting scammed here? Quite possibly, but not quite yet. What's up, Bull? We're trying a bunch of red-green lists. Seeing how that does for us. I don't have the highest hope to maul to 4 on game 1. Let's top deck Reality Smasher. What's going on, Bull? What's up, buddy? God damn it. Wonder why they didn't flash that in. Major Riot has a sweet green-red aggro if you're testing things out. Maybe. The green-red aggro decks that I have, like, we're testing out. We're just trying out some cards for my buddy. Definitely, hold on. I don't know what screen Discord's going to open up on. They're attacking with Ragavan. Okay, open it for here. Send it to me. Like, take a look at it. I'm not a not opposed to getting some ideas. What do they get? Wooded Foothills from us? Okay. I'm fine with that. Love seeing Bloodberry Elf, and we're gonna get to use it too. Crazy. Bloodbraid Elf, cascade into something good. Skin Shifter. Let's go. Now this is where this gets interesting, right? He's like, do we attack? Probably. But they just, yeah. Now Skin Shifter's worthless. Damn. All right, we're not beating that. Yikes. Let's see what we got going on here. Thank you, Magic Online, for like resetting everything. We're against like just regular good old Jund. Sent you an old version of his list with the same concepts and Discord message. Got it. Arbor Elf, Bone Crusher, Endurance, Collide. So the thing is like we're trying to build a deck within cards that they have, or my friend has, or can easily like obtain before Saturday. So that's like something we're trying to keep in mind while looking at stuff. It's a good list. I like this God of Destiny. I've liked this card for a little while. I think it's good. Seasoned Pyromancer is obviously incredible, but I mean, you know what I mean? The price tag. Same thing with Fury. Anyway, what was we doing? I think we want Warping Well, and then I don't know if we care to have anything else. I'm gonna cut 3 of the Skin Shifters. Go first, and let's keep this hand. We have a turn 2 potential Thought-Knot Seer. These days he's running 3 Ragavan. Yeah, Ragavan's really, really good. Makes sense. Oh yeah, then by all means, what works and leave the rest. Yeah, that's why I found a couple cards like that should be easy. I have a couple lists where it's like 4 of Ragavan, 4 of Fury, and I shouldn't even bothered because like I know we're not gonna get 4 copies of them before Saturday, but I just wanted to see how they would run. I think we can get 3 copies of Ragavan though, and 1 copy of and 1 copy of Who's Its Face. Thought Not Seer, right? Turn 2 Thought Not, baby. Just the way we drew it. Alright, let's see if we can find something that... Voidwalker, Fury, Undying, Malice, Feign Death. I think I just take Fury. Voidwalker's not really that scary, neither is Undying Malice or anything. Like, it's definitely scam. So we know they're on the scam path, but it's not like the most... Not like the scariest hand I've ever seen. I'm probably just going to lead on Phyrexian Metamorph. They attack with Ragavan, then I'm going to assume... Okay, they don't. I was like, then I'm going to assume that they have... Okay, maybe we just smash now instead of Phyrexian Metamorph. Old school, baby. Smasher coming in hot. Should move this over here. I like Season Pyromancer for the ability to draw 2 fresh cards and also bring up a couple tokens to block in a pinch. It's a red 3-drop. Yeah, it's incredible. I think it's one of the best like red 3-drops in the format, but you don't have any, and then I don't know if we can get our hands on any before the weekend, so I'd even bother. I thought, because I do have a play set of... You have Lightning Bolt too? You son of a bitch. Okay, Feign Death. It's annoying, but you know what I mean? Let's hope they don't grief, because I really want this Phyrexian Metamorph to be a reality smasher. Okay, Bowmasters is interesting. Hook them up with your Bone Crusher Giants. Yeah. Like that's what I got, all 4 Bone Crusher Giants. Gonna stop me from Phyrexian Metamorph and Birds of Paradise. I mean, Lightning Bolt. That's disappointing. Would you steal a mine? Nothing? Oh, there it is. Skin Shifter. Okay. That's fine. Ooh. Well, I guess we don't have the land for it, right? So there's multiple things we could do here. We could go Birds of Paradise, Lightning Bolt, kill the Ragavan. But I guess they have Undying Malice, right? We could Phyrexian Metamorph, Thought Not Seer, and take something from their hand. Or we could Reality Smash. And I actually think Phyrexian Metamorph, Thought Not Seer might be a better play. I think we copy Thought Not Seer here. They drew a Fury. Yikes. Alright, they scoop it on that one. Alright, well, I'm just gonna run it back. I think we're gonna bring in dismembers though. Cut the other skin shifter. I'm gonna cut one metamorph, I guess. Try that. But yeah, I think Bone Crusher Giant for sure he should play. Whichever, it's in one of these builds. I have Bone Crusher Giant. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We have a turn 3. I'll keep this. I mean, if they go turn 1 Grief, Feign Death, we're kind of fucked, but they don't have it. Or I guess I could do turn 1 Fury too, which would kind of suck. Did you see that 5-color Groyo deck posted last night? I haven't actually got to like watch it yet, but I did see it in there. So if they don't dash a Ragavan here. No. Okay. I'm just gonna play the other Carpulsian Forest. Nah, I'm gonna Wooded Foothills here. What's this thing do again? Counter target sorcery, create a 1/1 Eldrazi. Okay. Or exile target creature with power. Toughness 1. Definitely worth a watch. If not, the whole video just 5-10 minutes and you'll get the idea. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, I'm going to at some point. I just haven't had the chance to yet. Maybe I will tomorrow at lunch. I'll watch it. At work lunch, which would be dinner time, I guess, for everybody else. But for me, that's rude. Well, those are 2 cards that are now just DOA in hand. Because we can't tap for colorless unless we top deck a waste. And we just keep drawing the same fucking thing. Why didn't I fetch a basic forest with Wooded Foothills? I just now saw your comment, Bull. Why did I not grab a forest? That was dumb. I don't know why I didn't do that. Alright, I'll give him that one. That was dumb. I should have got a forest. I mean, I think we probably were going to lose that game anyway. I was not expecting Blood Moon, which I should be, because I know they have it. So I should expect it, but I didn't. This hand, I don't know about. Best we have is a turn 4 Glorybringer. I think it's a mulligan. Now this hand I'm a lot more impressed with. I'm going to keep this. Man, I like everything here. Damn, what do I get rid of here? I like everything. Well, I think we want Birds of Paradise so we can attempt to turn 2 Thought Not Seer. Might just bottom the waste. But the problem is the bird dies. Then we're in trouble. I like Captain Lannery because we can get tokens off of it. Maybe we bottom Glorybringer. It's between Lannery, Storm, or Glorybringer. I think we'd bottom Glorybringer. TT, what's up? Why didn't you fetch a force in response to Blood Moon? I have no idea. I have no idea, TT. I have no idea. Ew, Tron. If I had an answer for you on that one, well, I kind of wish I had Glorybringer now. If I had an answer for you on that one, I would give it to you, but I don't have an answer to why I did not get a forest. Exhaustion, maybe. That's why I'll blame it on something that isn't my own real fault. I'm tired. That's what I'll blame it on. I liked how on the waist they had to add the little thing on here. It's like, hey, this is what this does. It's like, I know. We're all good here. We know what's up. Facing the stupid G-Tron. I don't think it's like, I don't know. I guess it is kind of dumb. I'm not like, I don't like absolutely just hate this deck. But I'm gonna say that, and then we're gonna take a look at their hand, and then it's gonna be a different story. Well, what's Thought Not Seer gonna steal here? A whole lot of nothing. So you know what that means is they'll top deck their Ulamog. This draw here is where the ring is the most despicable. That is true. I think the one ring card is really stupid, but I also run Pithy Needle main deck, so in 8 rack. So sure, you know what I mean? Another tower. Let's top deck Phyrexian Metamorph for another Thought Not Seer, please. 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 Nope. Alright, well. Guess I really don't have a reason not to play the Birds of Paradise. Right? Let's get in with the Storm Captain here. This is where I'm getting like in the scared zone now. Because now they just go Power Plant and then they play a huge thing that they probably top deck by now. Like an All is Dust. If I DK, I feel blue black Murktide is like peak Magic gameplay with the ring. LMAO. Oh, that thing. Well, I don't think we have a way to even deal with that main deck other than like just running a Smasher into it. So let's try that. I'm going to attack with Captain Lannery here because we'll get another treasure token off of it, and then we have a backup Captain Lannery. I have zero reason to attack with Thought Not Seer and let him draw another card. Oh yeah, that's pressure. Trying to be, right? It's what I kind of figured. It's fine. They attack with this thing next turn. They might not attack. I'm just hoping they have just a crap draw. I think peak Magic gameplay is where both players stare at each other with empty board states and 5 lands each. I agree. Totally agree. Don't do it. Don't you Ulamog me. I guess Ulamog wouldn't really do. I mean, not Ulamog. Is it Ulamog? No, not Ulamog. Ugin. I was gonna say, don't Ugin me, but I guess it'll only kill birds. Don't Worm Coil Engine me. Actually, don't Ugin me. I don't know what they're doing. Gameplay is limited creature lock. Gameplay is the rack. It's either that or killing on turn 3 with Dredge. That's what peak gameplay is. Do you just have all the options? Is that what's happening here? What is this thing? When it enters the battlefield, create 4 1/1 colorless mirror tokens when it God damn. Actually, I'm just going to scoop to that because we don't win through a 4/7. We have 0 way to win through a 4/7. So Fulminator Mage can come in. Opponent's playing Commander. Yeah, he's playing some weird shit. You can play his 2-land spy turn. Yeah, I'm bringing these 4 in. I'm gonna drop out the skin shifters. Just run it like that. I thought about bringing in Warping Well. Actually, let's bring you in and let's cut 1 birds, 1 land restorm. Because Void Mirror might tag some things. It's worth like trying to Void Mirror them, I think. Obviously, like Fulminator Mage is gonna be the better sideboard card in this matchup. I will keep, but I'm not like in love with this hand. But we'd have a turn 3 Bloodbraid Elf. And a turn 2 Void Mirror, so we definitely have cards. We keep mulligan to 5. Keep going, because we have Void Mirror. Make it less likely they find a colored source, you know what I mean? It's not super duper unlikely, but it's definitely something we have an option of. Hierarch Pass. I don't want to see Expedition Map. That's the one I don't want to see. I guess I didn't want to see that either. I'm still going to go turn 2 Birds of Paradise and Void Mirror. Can slow them down potentially a little bit. Unless we just like top deck Fulminator Mage. Because we can just attack there. Okay. I guess you can't target non-basic lands. Damn. Alright, I'm just going to go back to my regular play then. I'm going to say, if you could like blow up that forest, then that'd be really backbreaking for this Void Mirror. Void Mirror can still screw their mana up, though. which is worth noting. We taught Deck of Land, we can just Glorybringer over Bloodbraid Elf, which feels good too. We're going to Ancient Stirrings again, finding a tower. So we know they have Tron in hand. And Chromatic Star. Countered. You didn't read the card. Yeah, so let's Bloodbraid Elf, I guess. The reason why I'm not Fulminator Maging is I'll let them play one more land before I Fulminator Mage one of their lands away. I'll say, let's hit the captain. Oh, damn it. Void Mirror backfired. Adam, if you're watching, or you're watching later, Void Mirror counters your own Cascade. I forgot about that. Yikes. Whoops. Play Chalice of the Void over Void Mirror if you have it. I know you have one of them. Whoops. I guess Chalice of the Void though would also counter, right? No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't counter. Chalice wouldn't counter. It's that sleepy tech, yeah. Whoops. My bad. And here I was telling him put Void Mirror in the deck. I totally forgot about that. Okay, now we're getting kind of screwed on land here. Oh, wait. Damn it, we could have smashed her that turn because... Alright, Adam, why did you have me do this? Because obviously I'm not prepared. I forgot Eldrazi Temple is 2 for Reality Smasher. That's my bad. I still think it's probably better we actually Fulminator Mage this turn. I actually think that's the better choice. Keep him off Tron, then next turn hit him with Smash. Alright, they scoop. Alright, so... actually, Destructive Revelry should probably... Destructive Revelry. This card should probably be brought in. So with that being said, probably going to go down 2 Bloodbraid Elves. Because it's a little bit of a nombo with Void Mirror. And I actually think we can trim 1 Lightning Bolt out for Revelry. I know Lightning Bolt hits with Reach, but the Revelry does 2 damage too, so... yeah. Yeah, this is alright. Okay, so, yeah, note to self, Void Mirror counters your Bloodbraid Elf Cascade. Better to know that now than when it matters the most. This hand is Moke, early Captain Lannery. They did maul to 6. Let's see if they'll go to 5. Tron can dig out a mulligan super well. They stuck with 6. Leading on Forest into Ancient Stirrings. They find a tower. Would love to get a Fulminator Mage at some point. Metamorph's not bad though. I kind of wonder, Adam, if you're watching... I know you're not watching this right now, but like tomorrow when you're watching this, just as a note for you, dude. You you were running the Arnie bow over Captain Lannery. What if you did like a split? What if you did like 2 Lannery Storms and 1 Arnie Bowmaster, or Broken Brow, or whatever its name is? The Arnie Viking dude. What if you did like a 2-1 split? Because that Arnie card's kind of powerful. Hit you for 3. So we know they have 2 of their 3 Tron pieces natty in hand. So a Fulminator Mage off the top would be absolutely lovely. Chromatic Sphere here. Gonna cycle it. Wonder why they chose white. They have some kind of like white card they're bringing in. Okay, so they're gonna have Natty Tron. So can we top deck a Fulminator Mage? Nope. Okay. Hit him for 5. I don't think it's worth it. I think it depends on what this big drop is going to be, if they have one. I think that's what it's going to depend on. If 6 cards in hand, I highly doubt they don't have like some kind of 7+ mana card. Depending on what they have, though, Phyrexian Metamorph could be really interesting for us. World Breaker. That's interesting. That is... Holy shit, that's bad for them. Wowee, that's really bad for them. Huh. Oh, my puppy got the hiccups. Yeah, that's really bad for them. What? Oh, because it's not an EBT trigger. Damn it. Okay. Alright, well. Shit balls. Okay, well. I guess we have a 5/7 for what it's worth. And another Storm in hand, but... What are you trying to cast? They just maybe click something in hand. Okay. So it must just be enter the battlefield triggers rather than cast triggers. So that's also worth noting. They have all the mana in the world, though. I thought I could target the World Breaker and blow up one of their lands, but that wasn't the case. Yeah, I'll slam Lannery Storm into that. I'll also slam World Breaker into that. Keeping on the pressure here. Don't forget Exalted allows Wait, what? Don't forget Exalted allows World Breaker to kill the Hydra? Damn, that's right. I thought it was a 6/6 Hydra. We've done an okay job of keeping them down, but they can just pick World Breaker back up. Well, all the Wormcoil engine. Well, the problem is that, I mean, well, the thing is, it's a castability, right? So, damn. That was brutal. They're essentially in top deck mode-ish. But again, they can just get their World Breaker back. Top deck. Let's top deck our World Breaker here. Right? Come on, Smasher, Glorybringer. Fucking Wooded Foothills. Oh yeah, well check this out. Birds of Paradise. World Breaker has reach too. Another one. Yep. I yielded through turn. Whoops. Playing this game very poorly. Not playing this very well. High arc. Come on. Where's Glorybringer? I'll take a Smasher at this point too. Our opponent's kind of like... I was like, I wonder if they actually would attack. That'd be kind of weird. There it is. Time to motherfucking smash. It's a 7/7. The big critter. We have so many top decks. They obviously do too, but I mean, we have a lot too. They're gonna return. Yep. I doubt they do the other one. I don't know. Why not? Let's top deck Fulminator Mage. Just take them off their Urza mines. They have drawn so many of their Tron lands. Like, we're definitely putting in the good fight, but it's not been the best fight. Okay, so they're bringing back... They can only cast one World Breaker at a time. There's no way they don't hit the Eldrazi Temple. Which we have kind of have like plenty of mana between our hierarchs, but it does suck that we're not getting in this damage. Jesus. Let's have all the land in the world. Another World Breaker. Seems like a weird choice. Come on, let's top deck Fulminator Mage. Or Bloodbraid Elf. Or anything. That's interesting. I don't think we attack with it. And my reason is I think we try to sneak this in very sneakily. We know what one of their other cards in hand is. It's World Breaker. They have a bajillion mana. They just keep drawing mana, which is good for us. If we can just find our Fulminator Mage, it'd be a lot better for us. They're returning that one. They have enough mana for two of them. Because we do not beat two of them. They don't. They don't have enough mana for two of them. Fulminator Mage. Well, I guess Fulminator Mage doesn't matter now. Okay, maybe it will. Fulminator Mage. Everybody say it with me. Fulminator Mage. Come on, one time. Fulminator Mage. Damn it. This is such a boring game. Oh, they took it that time. Let's start decking Lightning Bolt. You know? Now I want Lightning Bolt. Still have one Lightning Bolt in the deck. We have a lot of cards. But we'll probably draw land. Okay. That was way too greedy. What do you have after World Breaker? Nothing? Way too greedy, my dude. Do you have something here? They have one card. I didn't think so. Alright, we took down Tron. For that 1 damage from birds instead of Hierarch when you attack for the memes. It mattered, right? It did matter. Alright, last match with this version of the deck. And then we'll move on. It mattered, bro. It mattered, bro, Hemi. Mulligan. I do like this hand better, though. I'm going to keep this and probably just bottom the... Probably the redundant Thought-Knot Seer. I mean, it'd be good to have both of them, right? But, like, I'm just, like, thinking about, like, what we could be against. And I think I'd rather keep both of our Mana Dorks and Lightning Bolt. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the right move. It feels wrong. You know what I mean? It's one of those moves that's like, it don't feel good. Mr. Stark, I don't feel good. I'm going to fetch up a basic. I like fetching up a basic safer here than a Stomping Ground. Just in case. Play Hierarch. And then next turn, probably just Carpulsian Forest and Birds of Paradise. Feels disciplined? Maybe. Oh, is this Misty Rainforest? Who knows what this is? We could get like a top deck 3-drop. That'd be cool. No. I have no reason not to just attack with Ignoble Hierarch here. Getting in for 1, baby. Basically, I mean, we basically won the game already. Birds of Paradise. And pass. Like I said, being Misty Rainforest, not 100% sure what we're up against. We're also in TPQ, so it could just be something rando. Steam Vents untapped into dead. Well, goodbye, Hierarch. Another Misty Rainforest. I don't know if I like running Thought-Knot Seer out here, but I'm probably going to. I guess it depends. Like, if we get like a... Yeah. Do you have Counterspell? Either they're reading the card or they're going to counter it. It's one of the two. I'm going to assume this is Rhinos. With it being a... having dead. So yeah, they have some kind of counter. Oh no. Lorien revealed. Still probably Rhinos though. Yeah, I think it's Rhinos. Yep. Fire and Ice is annoying, but it's not the worst. Murktide Regent is definitely super annoying. Mystical Dispute. Obviously we take Violent Outburst, but man, that Murktide Regent's gonna be a pain in the tuchus, to say the least. Yeah, the Murktide is going to be annoying to say the least. I imagine they tap down our Thought Not Seer or something, or they just Murktide. Because, you know, they just can. This card's so stupid. It'll cost 1 less to cast if it targets a blue spell. Hmm. An Exerted Glorybringer doesn't kill it. We don't have 5 mana. That's what the problem is. So we'd exert our Glorybringer and then it wouldn't do anything. And it's also got to be a target non-dragon creature. And guess what this is? Unfortunately, a dragon creature. I want to bait him with Thought Not Seer. Thought Not Seer lets him draw a card, though, but maybe we can get this stupid Murktide region off the field. Glorybringer is going to fight the Rhinos. Hopefully. I love Thought Not Seer, but yeah, that allowing your opponent to draw a card is a bitch. Captain Lannery Storm is interesting. They have this mystical dispute. That's why I'm like, let's not Glorybringer into that. Do they have Rhinos here? No. Cool. Sideboard wise, we really just have Void Mirror for this matchup and Warping Well, and that's pretty much it. Dismembers. I guess we have some things, right? I mean, obviously we can kill it, but also like, oh we can, oh wait, yeah, we'll have 5 mana exactly. Good. Good, good. Good, good. I think we just still run Glorybringer into it. Back in standard days, baby. Take that, Fury. Chump. Got him. Probably the 1 or 2 times Glorybringer is better than Fury. Right there. How do they not have like something? You know what I mean? Are they gonna ice me here this time? Still no. I don't have to take the damage. Why would I? I think I took the damage last turn for no reason. What are we cascading into? Captain Lannery. Sure. The problem is this ice is going to be super annoying. I don't know what you're targeting with that. You're targeting Captain Lannery? Sure. This ice on Glorybringer is going to be annoying. Oh, they're going to fire the Bloodbraid Elf, maybe? Thinking about it, aren't they? They're thinking about it. They don't know what they wants to do yet. I'd much rather they fire the Bloodbraid Elf than I would. Okay, cool. I'd much rather they do that than ice my Glorybringer next turn. So we have no clue what's in their hand, which sucks. They are down to 2 cards. Probably good 2 cards, but they just have another Fire Ice, maybe. Don't do it. All right, I have... I think I should do this before attacks. In case they like violent outburst, then we can glory bring. I don't even know if we do that. I think we just attack. You know what I mean? I think that's what we do. I think we just attack with Glorybringer. Like, we don't even exert it because they're on a 2-turn clock. So they had another ice in hand. It's definitely annoying. Yeah, no to the Fury. Force Negation does dick all to our deck other than Lightning Bolt, so play your Force Negations. We are literally nothing but creatures. Bloodbraid Elf. Ignoble Hierarch. Sure. Might as well, right? Makes both of our cards bigger than Rhinos. Petty Theft. That's annoying. We know what their last card in hand is. Force Negation. They go to 1 here. And then we just have Glorybringer again. Oh, that has Flash? I didn't realize I had Flash. We beat Rhinos. Holy shit. We beat Rhinos game 1. That's what's up. And we get better sideboard options. I don't know how I feel about Lightning Bolt. I think I'm going to trim out Skin Shifter. If we're bringing in Voidmere, I think we can go down probably most of our Bloodbraid package. Phyrexian Metamorph, I'm not like super duper. I'm not super duper crazy on. You know what I mean? Bring in Voidmere. I guess, yeah, I guess it's probably still worth playing. I want to cut some of the Phyrexian Metamorphs, actually. I think it's okay. Let's keep 2 of them and cut a Bloodbraid. Let's do that. I don't know. I mean, Bloodbraid and Voidmere is a nombo for sure. My rug's getting all bunched up. Hold on. Whatever, I'll deal with it later. It's a very vulnerable hand. but I'm going to keep it. Like I said, it's very vulnerable, but if we can get this void mirror down, I'll feel a lot better about our life. Land. Damn it. Hey, don't kill my... Okay, they're going to go footfalls. So, this noble hierarch. As long as they don't have force... Okay. Void mirror. It sticks. Get down Birds of Paradise so we can start building our mana up. And yield. I'm hoping they didn't see any like artifacts to be like, I'm going to bring in Force of Vigor. You know what I mean? Because we really didn't play. We only played Lightning Bolt. Actually, Lightning Bolt's our only non-main, like non-deck creature. I'm kind of hoping like they really like sideboarded poorly against us, but who knows? I don't know. If we can beat Rhinos with this deck, I'm just going to text my friend and be like, don't even listen to any of the other decks I made. Just play this thing. You beat Tron and Rhinos, you know? But, well, that was just rude. They have cards like Brazen Borrower, though. I guess. So it might be worth trying to play another one. With Thought Not Seer you. A lot of their counter stuff doesn't counter Thought Not Seer very well. Fury, Blood Moon, and Shardless Agent. Do we just take Murktide Regent? I think I'm just going to take Murktide Regent. It's either Murktide Regent or Blood Moon. Those are the two cards. And I think Murktide Regent's worse for us right now. Blood Moon hurts them a lot worse than it does us. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to take Murktide Regent. They can't evoke Fury. It gets countered. So, this Void Mirror is... Void Mirror's doing his thing, man. They fell for it. Holy shit, they did it. They went for it. Yikes. Why'd you do that? Ooh, Captain Lannery? Fuck yeah. Let's do that. Attack you for 6. The next turn we can Glory Bring. This Rhinos gets countered. Nope. Can't have that one. Sorry. No can do. I'm not gonna lie, just systematically breaking apart Rhinos. What am I saying? Void Mirror, man. Void Mirror. All right, let's run this V2 version here. I can already tell you the difference is obvious. I mean, we're up 2 questing beasts, we're down 2 metamorph, 2 skin shifters, we're up 1 Miglo's Maze Crusher, and we're up 4 Matter Reshapers, and we're down 1 Birds of Paradise. That was a systematic destruction of rhinos. That was brutal. Void Mirror is super good against them. The problem that I have with the rack when I play against them and use Void Mirror is they bring in Force of Vigor against us. So they already bring in artifact hate, and we're bringing in more artifacts to hate against them. So our sideboard plan of doing that is weaker. But when you are literally doing nothing but creatures and then sideboard in artifacts that completely shut their plan down, I mean, what are you going to do other than, like, you know, Brazen Borrower? So, pretty good. It feels, I'm not going to lie, it feels good to kind of crush rhinos that hard. So we are currently up to, ooh, this is a bad hand. This is wrong deck. I'll play this one out. I need to get the chat open here. Oh, that just got rid of it. How do I get that back? Well, we're gonna mulligan this. Not a big fan of this hand either. Alright, this is a keep. We're gonna bottom. Might have been worth just playing Eldrazi Temple and Eldrazi Temple, honestly. Is it over here, maybe? Oh, there it is. Alright, I found it. I like to have it open in case, like, someone says, like, good luck, have fun, or something like that. Hold on, I need to check something. Okay, Bloodstained Mire. Is this Yawgmoth? Sorry, I had to check something. Maybe. Don't kill my ignoble hierarch, please. Don't do it. Don't be that person. This might just be Jund. Raggy Van. Sure. Will you please leave my little hierarch alone? He's my little buddy. Don't you do it. Just pick your land up. You son of a gun. Alright, should have probably just let on Eldrazi Temple. I will say this deck doesn't fight against Jund very well. Alright. Just gonna scoop that. I don't really have anything worthwhile against Jund that much. Do we? I mean, I'm going to bring in the Warping Wells for Ragavoli here and probably Dismembers. Let's go down the Skin Shifter. I'm not a fan of this Skin Shifter card. The more we play, the more I'm like, I just don't ever want to see this card. The Lannery Storm has actually been like surprisingly solid. Like I've really kind of liked this card. I'm gonna trim 1 birds just because they're super vulnerable. The Hierarch's better than the birds, but I do kind of like this Captain Lannery here. It's just like a budget version of it's like a hold on. This is an interesting hand. I'm gonna bottom the Phyrexian Metamorph. The Bloodbraid Elf. And hope we can Bloodbraid Elf. There's no reason for me to run Birds of Paradise off this turn until we top deck a 3-drop. Wait, turn off auto yodes. Damn it. It might have brought in Blood Moon, so I think it's worth trying to fetch for a forest. But if they force our hand with Ragavoli dashed, it is what it is. I doubt this Birds of Paradise lives, but maybe. I want to see that Ragavan dashed. No. Nope. Just Reen in 6. I wish you could fetch for like a waste. I know there's cards you can, but it'd be cool. Oh, that Fable Mirror card. This card is so annoying. And we're getting mana locked here. They definitely did the right thing in killing that Bird's Paradise. I'm not fetching this Wooded Foothills right now because I want to try and find... I want to try to find another land, so I don't really want to thin my deck out. I imagine Smasher's going to disappear. Yup. Yup. Not my Smasher. What would be a decent popper fetch land look like? I think honestly a decent one would be like take Wooded Foothill for an example. Pay a life, sacrifice, search your library for a mountain or a forest card, put on the battlefield, and shuffle. I think what would make the popper version of that good is search for a basic. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Search for a basic mountain or a basic forest. So don't let him like search up dual lands. You know what I mean? I think that would be fine. At least my personal opinion, I think would be fine. I guess. Yeah, bro. Still -1 life. Agree. Yeah, I think it's you still minus the 1 life, and you still -1 life, and you There's no way this Bloodbraid Elf connects. Not a shot in the dark. Yeah, I think it's still. I think it's still. Jesus. I think it's still pay one life and then you get a basic, and it can only let you search for like 2 of them. Like, right? It's not like a Evolving Wilds lets you search for any of them. It's you can only search for. You know, what is this? 3-2? 2-2. It lets you search for a basic, basically. Delighted Halfling being a 1-2 is kind of fucking crazy, right? I definitely think Delighted Halfling in this deck should replace Birds of Paradise, but I also understand why Birds of Paradise is in here, because he has access to them. You know what I mean? Bloodbraid Elf? I'd really take anything, actually. Except for that. I guess I'll take anything but the Mana Dorks. This is just Monstertron all over again, cascade into the 1-drop nothingness. But yeah, I would like to see something like that, honestly. I think our opponents got this pretty well wrapped up. We we did take quite a mulligan, but then we also got screwed on mana for a while. And if we can't deploy our threats, we can't really do a whole lot. Storm Breath Dragon. Alright, I'll give you this. I wanted to switch decks anyway, so. Is this who we just played? This Junglist? It reset my... It reset all my game info too? That's lame. Let's play the new to MTGO. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Let's get some fetch lands and popper. I don't think there's anything against, like, anything wrong with that. This is a mulligan. Yep, I changed deck. The deck has been changed. So we have the Matter Reshaper now. Okay. This is a hand that we can keep, I guess. I'm probably just going to bottom Glorybringer. We don't have a way to get to it really right now. Mount Doom. That's what I'll do with that. We'll just wrap this one up. Cut the skin shifters. And what's this thing do again? Very good. Questing Beast is obviously good. I think I'm gonna cut 2 Thought-Knot Seers out of this. On this game. Seems weird to do it, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. I also think it's worth, in that instance, to just scoop and not let your opponent kind of know what you're going off of here. Keep this. Put the forest. And let's just run out birds. Hope they don't have the scam turn one. They did keep 7 cards again. Are we getting scammed? Oh, hit microphones here. Yup. There's a small chance they don't have the Feign Death, but I think that chance is micro-sized. Yup. That's what I'll do with that. All right. Okay. Not horrendous by any means. Birds of Paradise lives. We can Miglol's Maze Crusher, turn 2. Get a 4/4 on 2, seems good. Come on, leave my Birds of Paradise alone. Fatal Push. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna guess Fatal Push, but we're getting scammed. Yep. Well, probably Lightning Bolt and Miglos. That's probably what they'll take here. But this time with a Watery Grave. As someone who has been scamming for the past week, I will say right out of the gate, you know, I don't understand why. I don't understand like why they haven't fixed something. Obstinate Bailoff enters the battlefield. If it gets discarded by an opponent, it goes to the battlefield instead of grave. Yeah, that could be a good sideboard card for this matchup. For the scam matchup for sure. I don't know if he has any Obstinate Bailoffs though. I'll have to message him. I think he was gonna watch. I don't know if he's gonna watch this whole thing, but I know he's gonna watch some of it. So if you're watching, if you have Obstinate Bailoff, that could be like a 1 or a 2 of in the sideboard. Next turn though, we can Birds of Paradise potentially into Reality Smasher. Why would we? Why would we be able to do anything fun? Yeah, let's just get a mountain. It's kind of a cool version though. Being like a blue-black version or something. Imagine they have Murktide. It's like a blue-black Murktide deck. We definitely don't beat Murktide region. The problem is we're really down on life, so like we need to top deck like a Glorybringer or Lightning Bolt. We need to top deck something that kills this stupid grief. Molten Rain. If you happen to have one of these, I do not. Down to 7. 2/2 Death Shadow. Matter Reshaper. Obviously I'm not going to attack with Smasher here. I'm just going to hold back Shaper and Smasher. Would like Glorybringer at some point off the top would be a super duper nice. Because we don't want to attack. If we attack with Rally Smasher, sure they'll go to 6, but then Death Shadow's humongous. You know what I mean? And they probably have some kind of, what are they doing where they're just, oh my god, they had Dismember. I'm just gonna let him kill me here. All right. Well, that sucked. Dismember, Void Mirror, Relic. Yep. Do we want all this stuff though? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna bring in Dismember. I'm probably gonna bring in Relic. I don't think I'm gonna bring in Void Mirror. It's probably gonna be too slow for this kind of evoke. I think we just bring in relics here. Phyrexian Metamorph could be interesting to target a Death Shadow with. You know? Could hit Grief, which is worth noting because it's an EBT trigger. Going out the Skin Shifters, and let's go out a... I'm going to go down 1 Smasher. Go down 2 Smashers. This deck is sick. I love Eldrazi theme. These deck variants. Yeah, he likes Eldrazi's quite a bit. He likes aggro. He likes Eldrazi. I don't even say aggro. He likes creatures. He likes his creature beats. This is fine to keep because of Matter Reshaper. It's just gonna suck. It's just gonna suck if they have the scam turn 1. If they don't have the scam, I like this hand okay-ishly. If they have the scam, they have the scam. Because why wouldn't they? Oh, they have Thoughtseize. Okay. I feel like Matter Reshaper's gone, though. I feel like that's the card to take here. Yep. Alright, let's keep drawing lands then. Just like that. Nope. Heal through turn. I should have just played the Eldrazi Temple so they didn't know what we drew. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright. Not Seer. I will say Thought Seer has not been as good with since Fatal Push got printed, because it's like, I'm gonna steal your card, and then it's like, all right, well, while that's on the trigger, I'm just gonna Fatal Push this guy right here and draw a new card. I mean, you still get the trigger, but like, you know what I mean? Subtlety. You son of a gun. You absolute son of a gun. Do you have the feign death to back it up, too? You son of a bitch. And it's a 4/4? Fuck you. I'll put it on bottom. They're running low on cards, though. Do we bring in dismembers? We brought in one. Stop deck Glorybringer. No, we need land. Stop deck a land. I don't have anything else to do. You know? I should have just sent 6 damage to their face. I 100% regret this decision. I should have just sent it to their face. That would have took them down to 7, 8. It would have took them down to 8. And we have a ton of hasters in our hand. Yeah. Stupid decision. Let's go cascading, though. Relic. Sure. Do you have another subtlety with Undying Malice? No, they just have hardcore counterspell? Sure. I'm probably just going to keep up the Bloodbraid Elf. I mean, I guess they also have Fatal Push here. Fucking really? They just have everything. So I guess they could have Death Shadow, but like they would be down so low in life right now if we would have sent that to face. I think I'm just gonna stick on the Bloodbraid Elf. Sure. I mean, pumps our Bloodbraid Elf, right? Turns Bloodbraid Elf into a 4/3. That's something. Plan here is like if they go Death Shadow or something, we just go Questing Beast. Or just Glorybringer. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna play Glorybringer. They have counterspell for this. I'm kind of okay with that. Because Questing Beast is going to be the better card against the Death Shadow. Got there. Now that we see Subtlety, I think we want the other Dismember. I think. Methinks we do. Got him. Got him. We want to go down, though. I still kind of like Freddy and Phyrexian Metamorph in this matchup. I might drop 1 glory. No. Bring us to glory. You know what I mean? Let's drop... Fuck. I want to trim my birds out. Don't know if it's right. I do think, Adam, the more I play this deck, I'm saying this, no, he's not watching right now, but I'm saying this because I will say this. I think it is a good choice to side out Reality Smasher in some matchups. Okay, I figured. Okay. Seriously, these Eldrazi are sick. As good as the last deck was, this has been performing. Yeah, it's actually been running pretty well tonight. That's for sure. I would be a much bigger fan if literally any of these cards was one of our mana dorks. Without that, I don't know how I feel about. Don't know how I feel about this hand. There's definitely room. Okay, I feel better about this hand. Just bottom one of the Glory Bringers. There's definitely room. I think the more I play it, I think the Skin Shifter, while it's a cool card, is without a doubt the weakest card of the whole deck. And I don't think we need to be at 4 mana Morphos. We haven't got to the version that has Stomp or anything in it yet either. You know, there's 2 other versions of the deck that we haven't even got to yet. I don't think we need to that much. I do like Matter Reshaper. I know it's weird. Oh, so I'm so down to see them. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to them all tonight because it's 12:41, but like, there's definitely power here. I'm definitely seeing cards that are really good and cards that have felt really underwhelming, for sure. And I know he's not gonna like me saying that I don't like Skin Shifter because he's a big fan of that card, but I don't like Skin Shifter. Matter Reshaper. Let's reshape some matter. I think it sucks we don't really have any like 2-drops. I do like this blue-black deck. Like, I will say this. I'm just going to throw this out here. I've been scamming all week. I have played a lot of the scam. If I were to take something that was not 8-rack or dredge and was like, what in this meta do I want? You know, like, I'm probably going to pick up one of these scam decks. I kind of lean more toward this one than the Rakdos one. I kind of like the subtlety, the draw power and stuff. But I will say this. I think the format and Magic as a whole across the board would be so much better in life without, and I'm saying this, without having without having any free spells. And I mean that as in, like, if you can't tap mana to cast it, I don't think it should be in the game. That's what I mean by free spells. If you cannot tap mana to cast it, it should not be in the game. That's my opinion. The more I've played Magic, the longer I've played Magic and stuff. That's Bane does it. Sure. I don't care. If I like mana dorks, circumvent lands, so them too. No. They're different, in my opinion. They're a completely different animal, in my opinion. I don't agree with that, because You have to spend a mana for them. Hardly any of them have haste, right? So you got to like let them live a turn, and it's like I don't think ramp is necessarily like there's unfair strategies that I think are fine in the sense of like they do things. I just like I don't know. In my opinion, free spells have always been an issue, and I agree to the same way. I play Dismember all the time. Like at least Phyrexian costs a lot of life to use it, right? Where I just realized we don't have enough red source for Glorybringer. That's sad. Whereas, what was I saying? My brain's trailed off. Basically, I think free spells are like Phyrexian mana. What is this? Choose an opponent. They look at the top 4 cards of your library, separate them into 2 face down piles. Into a face down and a face up pile. Put one pile in your hand and the other into your graveyard. Huh. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, they take investment. It's fair. Free spells take advantage of raw power over card advantage. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what the problem is, in my opinion. Is that an instep card? Damn. I think, yeah, for me, that's, I think, what one of the problems is. Maybe knowing they have Persist, I shouldn't have put Murktide Regent into the graveyard. Maybe that's something I shouldn't have done. Death Shadow's only a 4/4 red source, red source, red source, red source, red source. It's not half bad though. Actually, just do this. Cleansing Wildfire is abusing indestructible land, so it kind of feels free. It is and it isn't. Like you have to build your deck around using like indestructible lands, which has their own like folly to them. You know what I mean? Like you could say, I guess the argument, like you could say for a lot of things, I'm gonna attack into with this Matter Reshaper. I don't see. Actually, I'm not going to. I think we just punch in with Reality Smasher. Because Reality Smasher could potentially put him in Glorybringer death range. Like the evoke cards, I guess you got to look at the free because nothing's really free. You know what I mean? So you got to look at what the advantage of the free is. Is it cost enough to do it? So like for me, I think a lot of cards with rebound is not very awesome because you know what I mean. You can just, whoop, there you go. You know, just let's just do this. We literally get to recast it for free, so I'm not a big fan of rebound. And then a lot of the evoke, I'm not a big fan of the evoke. Or like Force of Will, that's another example of a card that I'm not a big fan of because it's basically free. Simian Spirit Guide, I'm not a big fan of it because it's just free mana ramp. Metamorphose, I'm not a big fan of because it replaces itself, so it's just literally a free draw spell and mana fixing. So there are cards that, yeah, I'm not a big fan of because of that like aspect of it. Fatal Poosh. Okay. I like think he's sitting there like, what? Let's do it again. That'd be funny, right? Damn. What? What do you have that kills me? That you're not just dead to Smasher. I'm confused here. Hold on. Okay. Sure. Let's try. 3 and 4 is basically the same thing. The only difference is Bone Crusher Giants in over Miglos and oh no, Miglos is in here too. What is Bone Crusher in here for over something else? Oh, we're out Thought Not Seers and Matter Reshapers. Huh. You know, I'm going to have a controversial opinion here. My controversial opinion is I actually think Glorybringer in this deck's kind of better than Fury. That might be very controversial, but certain combos like Scam are broken because they take advantage of a free evoke by bringing the thing back with a cheap spell. Basically double... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I 100% agree with you on that one. Yeah, I still kind of want Thought Not Seer in this deck, though. So let's make room for Thought Not Seer. I'm going to get rid of the Ragavoli here. You don't have Ragavans. I know where we're going for the tournament has Ragavans in stock. That's why I was like, let's see what Ragavan does. But let's not. Let's actually like build something closer to not only what we've been playing, but something closer to what he's going to have easier access to. Although I don't know if they have this Dormy Archabolus, but we'll find out. Yeah, I like, to me the Scam thing is very I don't know, to me it's a problem. And then there's other cards that, not to whine and drag on about this, but there's other cards that I think they just add too much text to, and it's like you really should have rocked this back a little bit. Oh, this hand is probably not worth keeping. It could be though. Probably not though. I think I'm gonna mulligan this. Okay, this is way better. Keep this. But I say way better. It's really not way better. Hold on. Dormy, Anarchabolus. They don't have any of him, so probably should just cut him out of the deck for this test reason. How do you deal with a from a ban? How do you deal with that from a ban perspective? Banning Grief feels strange, but banning the combination of cards seems like a direct hate on one deck. I think you just ban the evoke cards. Is it my turn? No, it's their turn. I think it's what you do. I think you just ban the evoke cards. You just ban the whole cycle of them. Ban the Fury, ban Fury, ban Force Negation's annoying, but it's not like the worst. Ban Fury, Solitude, Grief, Subtlety, Endurance, ban them all. It's funny because out of that original set, when that set came out, Endurance was the one. It was Endurance and Solitude were the ones everybody played. Nobody played Fury, and nobody really played Fury for a second, and nobody really played Grief. At least from what I remember. And now it's like all over the place. But you just get rid of the whole cycle of them. Undying Malice and stuff, literally, like, I don't know, maybe you could ban those cards because it's only affecting the one combo, but I think the better thing, the healthier thing, is to ban the evoke cards altogether. But I don't know. I don't know enough to like run choices. I just what feels right in my heart. Cards that to me seem unfun make the thing unfun. What if they eliminated one copy like how Vintage does? I I will just say this. I personally hate that. I'm not a fan of that style at all. Yu-Gi-Oh did that a lot when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and I just found it to be annoying because it's like, if this card's enough of a problem that you say you can only have one, then it probably should just go, because even at one, it's still going to be a problem. But also a little bit different when it's only a 40 card deck versus a 60. But I don't know. Pot of Greed, yeah. I was thinking Blackluster Soldier is what I was kind of thinking of. I think that was the one that was, it was banned. See, I never played with like a format. We just played with whatever cards we wanted when we played Yu-Gi-Oh. So like, if you wanted to play Blackluster Soldier, you could. I don't even know if that's actually what it was called. Hold on. Okay, so it was Blackluster Soldier. Right? Blackluster Soldier, Envy of the Beginning. I think that was the card. Yeah, that was the card. That was like the problem card. But yeah, so, you know, it's one of those things. Another Hierarch's kind of cool, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what our opponent's doing. I'm going to assume this is like Jeskai control or something. We can hopefully smash face for a lot next turn. Wait, Greater Gargadon. What? I didn't see that. I like the limited one copy for Vintage only because it's literally the last / first frontier. Somebody made this card and it deserves to be played somewhere. True. That's true. I'll give you that. I'm confused what our opponent's doing with all these Gargadons here. What does Boseiju do? Non-basic land our opponent controls? Be fun to blow up their Triome, right? They want to? Kind of want to. They still have all their mana, right? I'll wait. Two, three, four, five. It's time to motherfucking smash. Attempt to attack you for 7. Big word there, wasn't there? Attempt. Are you gonna fog me, bruh? What? How does Gregor Gargadon work? Because I don't remember. Wait, what's this? What? What is happening? Okay. Okay. All right. It's restore balance. I haven't seen this deck in like 30,000 years. What is going on right now? Restore balance an instant or sorcery? Kind of relevant. Asking for a friend. Oh boy, that's a sorcery. Let's bring in Warping Well. They should ban the evoke cards. I agree. Basically, just set 5 incarnations. Let them for Legacy to sort it out. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because I know they also look into like I don't know. I don't know what they look into. Okay, cool. I don't want to play you anyway. I guess if they can't get Dormy, let's take Dormy out. And do a matter reshaper? You know what? No, fuck that. Captain. Where's my captain at? Captain, oh, my captain. Bring in 2 of the captains. And then sideboard wise, I forgot he couldn't get relics. So let's put in Grafdigger's Cage. I'll have to look. I might have relic. I don't know if I have relics or not. I'll have to look. If I have relics, I'll have to let him borrow some relics. Yeah, Dead Post Society. I haven't seen that in years. I actually wouldn't mind rewatching that. Alright. I mean, Ragavan kind of does the same thing as the captain does, but like, I'm not about to let him drop like $40 on a Ragavan. I mean, I'll let him do whatever he wants, but I know he's not gonna do it. Yeah, it's a mulligan. It's great, but dang, it gets me in the feel goods, in the feels. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's been a while for me since I've seen it. Oh, probably should go to 5. All right, we'll just go to game 2. What the fuck? Should have just kept the hand with Bone Crusher Giant. Should have just kept that hand. Well, let's go first. Not in love with this, but I will keep it. It's really slow. This may be a mulligan. I'm trying to debate if he wants to have... If it's like a... I don't have a... I'm trying to debate if it's like a... I don't have a mana dork. I need a mulligan. You know what I mean? And I don't know yet. Feels like it. This feels like a deck that if you don't have a mana dork, you want a mulligan, though. Yikes. Okay, this deck. Well, obviously, that little guy needs to die right now. I don't think I own Dead Post Society. I know I don't own it. It and Good Will Hunting are 2 like Robin Williams movies I need to get at some point. I've actually never seen Good Will Hunting. Quit playing crabs. There goes a questing beast and another captain. Well, we drew a questing beast, so what's nice is if this captain hits, I mean, if this captain just doesn't die, like right now, we can just Glorybringer next turn and kill the crab. Red. Aha, it triggered. Gotcha. Don't care. We still get the treasure token. You did it too late. You should have done it earlier. I don't think we're going to... I'd be surprised we end up winning, but we're at least going to Glorybringer away this Rune Crab. It's absolutely worth watching. Elliott Smith's soundtrack is golden. Oh, 2 of our Thought-Knot Seers. You son of a bitch. Our other Captain Lantern... Oh, wait, that's the one who just died. Never mind. Captain Lantern is good, man. It's a good card. It's kind of like a nice Ragavoli. I actually think I'm worried of counterspell, honestly. The question is do I want to Bloodbraid Elf? I think I'm just going to Glorybringer. Fuck it. Let's go. Glory be unto that. Don't you have a counterspell? Sweet. Exerted. Get rid of the crab. This deck is fucking sweet. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Adam, you're gonna love this thing. I don't know if he wants exactly this list, but there's different routes you could take it, buddy. I hope you watch this, and I hope, for one, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's fun for you. But for two is, like, there's some fucking power here, man. Let's do this differently so I don't take unnecessary damage for no reason. And what did I just do? Okay, there we go. Bloodbraid Elf. Cascade into... Hierarch, sure. I'll take it. You just get to play a bunch of big creatures and just keep attacking over and over and over and over again. Kind of a fan of it. I don't really have a reason to play this birds other than we just don't have mana, so. Dude, I like this deck. You know, I thought for sure Fury was going to be way better than Glorybringer, but actually, like, playing Glorybringer, it's like, no, Glorybringer is fucking dope. There's definitely parts where I think a Fury... What's that? There's definitely moments where I think a Fury is going to be better, but... Pretty good. I kind of like just Warping Well here, just to kill the crabs. We can cut Phyrexian Metamorph, and we can cut probably... What do you do again? I'm going to keep you. I like everything else, honestly. It's going to sound weird, though. I might cut one Smasher. I don't think I'm going to. I'm definitely bringing in the Warping Wills here, without a doubt. Maybe I will cut Mig. But man, a turn 2 4/4 just seems good. Also cascades and Bloodbraid Elf pretty nicely. You know, I'm just going to bring in 2 Warping Wills. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to side out the Metamorphs for that. I'm actually, the more I play this, the more I like Metamorph. I think Metamorphs... Keep. This is a fucking baller hand. Can't kill the Rune Crab, but it is what it is. I prefer if they don't kill my Hierarch, for obvious reasons. Where do I go? Do I go Mig or do I go Lannery? I might go Lannery. Honestly, like, if they don't kill this Noble Hierarch has to live, obviously. You know? Doesn't do a whole lot of good for us if it doesn't live, but... Ooh, that's pretty good. Alright, so it's either Mig or Lannery this turn. And I feel like it's Mig to hit for huge next turn. Or we can just warping well the crab now. And then just smash next turn. Maybe it is Lannery just to get the... I think it might just be Lannery. I think it's just Lannery, honestly. I think if we can hit with a treasure token, I think it's more powerful. Plus, it might eat a removal spell over Ignoble Hierarch or a counter spell. It's the flying that makes it even better. That double strike on Fury is sick, but Glorybringer doesn't make you toss a card. True. True. We're not cheating in Fury, so the evoke is less impactful. They might not block this just because of the captain trigger. Oh, they probably not because of the exalted trigger. Shit, I forgot about that. I like this play because if they kill the Noble Hierarch, then I have this treasure token for Questing Beast. This crab's doing a lot of damage, though, and honestly, I'm probably just going to Warping Well and Mig Lowe's. Probably just do that. Yeah, but that's even Evoke Flash. BS, that makes that thing, make it wild. True. Ooh. Well, you have cards. What's up, Darius? What's up, buddy? Huh. Bloodbraid Elf is really interesting here. Real late one. Yeah. I'm helping a buddy out find his like list for a tournament. He's not in here. He's got to work in the morning, so he's probably gonna watch this tomorrow, but hopefully it helps him out. I can kind of report to him what I found. So this is interesting choice because we could Bloodbraid Elf and hit something interesting. What are our hit options? Bone Crusher, Ignoble Hierarch, Birds of Paradise, Lightning Bolt. They're tapped down, and they can't activate Ensnaring Bridge yet. So I do like this play here. Oh. Let's do this. Go back from vacation on Tuesday, so I have lots of time to watch. Oh, cool. Hope you had a great vacation. Hope your vacation was wonderful. Let's kill that stupid crab. Attack you for 5. Get more treasure tokens. And then we can just Migzola and blow up Ensnaring Bridge, because it just doesn't matter. Also, Captain can go completely underneath Ensnaring Bridge, which is cool. Certainly, summer is almost over. Did you enjoy? That is right. Summer is almost gone. Fast summer. Thashia's hideous laughter. All right. Here's the question. How many does it hit? Oh, that's a sorcery card. Shit. Okay, we should probably actually do this. You're going to tell me treasure tokens can't tap for colorless? What? Damn it. You got us. Not really. I guess we do play a lot of big drops, don't we? Never mind. False alarm, everybody. It's all good. Definitely, I started my summer over 100 pounds, now down to 150, so I met my mark, planning on bulking up soon. Congratulations. I found the other 30 pounds. Well, congratulations. Trying to debate if I can just kill them here. think I'm 1 mana shy. No, I guess I'm not. Let's get rid of Ensnaring Bridge. I love Thatch, is such a fun card, and Phyrexia and Jace goes crazy. Yeah, it's really cool. I definitely could see where Thashia has not been hitting as well. It's really bad against our deck, apparently. It only snapped 11 cards. Now we have the Warping Well back up just to be safe. Like another like big time mill card. If there's one thing I could actually play in Modern, it's Demir Mill. Yeah, Mill's not bad. I got trashed with it last time I played it, but it's not bad. I've been eating good, been binging a lot of Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, you name it, bro. Letting my pauper mind rest a bit. It's definitely not bad. Like, it's not a bad thing to like let, you know, to kind of like give yourself like a bit of a break. You know what I mean? Let's just get rid of your Rune Crab now before you try to mill me more. Yeah, I was in a little town with no magic scene, but I'm back home, so super excited to be back in the Pauper and Commander scene. I'm going to be excited about jumping back into Pauper next week and like actually like getting to like burn through some Pauper next week. I'm looking forward to it. Another Ensnaring Bridge. Nice. You're still dead because Captain Lannery gets underneath Ensnaring Bridge unless you have like a 1-drop or something. Can I add counters to you? No, I can't. Well, guess who can still attack? Easy peasy. All right. I was gonna say there's probably gonna be one more. It's 1:18. I've been streaming for over 2 hours. I've got a good idea of like what to do with this deck. I've just watched so much of that mill guy, and there's nothing as rewarding as a mill win. There is. It is stealing your opponent's creature and then sacrificing it after attacking them. That's more satisfying than a mill win. The hijack hijinks is. Okay, let's talk about the decks real quick. I never bothered with this one. And I'm going to tell you why here in a second. First deck. Let's talk about the first deck. We're going to go through all these. I think this is the important part. I'll probably just clip Adam too when he goes to watch this later. Yeah, I feel like I got a little overwhelmed, especially with the influx of sets. So it's nice. Feel that. I think Magic needs to take a step back and not release so many sets. Like, you know, I think they just need to take a step back and be like, we're going to do like 2 or 3 rotated sets a year and then maybe like 1 master set a year, and that's it. And then Jumpstart, because I like Jumpstart. It's fun. You know what I mean? I think they need to like really like cool it down. But anyway, let's talk about deck number 1. Let's get our handy dandy preview card window up here. Mick, in case you were to play Commander, I would recommend Marchesa, the Black Rose. It's an entire hijack Commander deck. That's cool. Hold on, I gotta look that up real quick. Adam's probably like, talk about the cards, damn it. Dethrone. Whenever this creature attacks a player with the most life or tied for the most life, put a +1/+1 counter at other creatures will have Dethrone. Whenever another creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on dies, return that card to the battlefield under control at the next beginning end step. Okay. I can't think of the card that I have as a commander. Let's find out if I can find it real quick. I bought a pre-built. I've bought a couple pre-builts over the years, and I've only kept one, and I've kept that as my commander card. But I, for the life of me, can't remember what it's called. It's out in the other room, or else I would just grab it. But yeah, I'm not finding it. I can't remember the name of it. It's like it's white, black. It's a 4-color commander. It's white, black, red, and green, and it's like it gives your creatures double strike or something like that. I don't know. So you hijack it, alt, get dethroned, and sack it to permanently stay on your side. Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, let's talk about deck 1. Sideboard wise, apparently I never added Graph Digger's Cage when we was testing deck 1. First off, let's talk about how we did, I guess, right? Our game history apparently rinsed itself today. We went 2, 3, 4, 4, and 4 with the deck, which we went even last time with it too. But we also played different variations. We lost match number 1. We did take a game from them, and if I remember right, this is Jund. Was this Jund? Is there a way to like scrub? Yeah, okay. So we lost against Jund. We beat Tron. We decimated Rhinos. The Rhinos match was crazy. Then we lost to... Is this just Jund again? Yeah, we lost to just Jund again. But if I remember, I think like we had a bad mulligan, and then game 2 did we? What happened? I think game 2 was competitive, right? I think game 2 went pretty competitively. Oh, that's what it was. We got stuck on mana. It took us forever to finally find mana, I think. Yeah, alright. And then we also lost to Necrosis, who was... What were they playing? They were just like regular scam, right? We mulligan bad into a bad grief and just immediately scooped. And then I think I super early scooped on this one too. Sorry, Darius. I'll read your comments here in a second. Yeah, we decided to fight through this one. Did we just scoop to this? Okay, yeah. So yeah, I just like super scooped to that. So I guess that one doesn't really count. And then this one, they left after game 1 that we lost to. What were they playing? Scalding Tarn. Oh, they were playing Restore. They were on the Restore balance deck. So, you know what? If you don't count this one, because 0-1, if I won't count it for a win, I shouldn't count it for a loss. So we went 2 and 3, where one game was good. The Jun game, we just had bad variance. I mean, you know, it's going to be probably an uphill battle for us anyway, but obviously bad variance doesn't help. And then we lost to Salt Scoops, to Grief and stuff. Or Rebecca Brute, Chronologist, she's just taps at the end turn, so at the end of the turn, trigger never happens. Love Commander for all the cool, weird cards like Commander. I'm working now as Urian of Scorch Thrash, which is just which is Jund, but it just brings mana burn back while it's on the field. Okay. It's interesting. Commander is just one I couldn't get into. But let's talk about these decks, this deck first. We're 100% all creatures in. One of the biggest problems that we have with the deck is big creatures. Looking at rhinos, for an example, although we decimated that one rhino deck. With this build, this exact build. So yeah, so rhinos I think is obviously, you know, any deck that can basically outgrow Reality Smasher or can outgrow Glory Bringer. So obviously something like Tron, we're going to have a hard time matching up against them because we don't have the power to combat those large creatures. Our whole game plan is to mana ramp-ish into one of these big dudes quickly. Another thing with this deck is Bloodbraid Elf in this version is not bad, but it's not great. You're basically, your only two real good targets is Lannery Storm and Skin Shifter. But let's talk about, you know, one by one. I think mana-wise we're fine. I think 22 is good. I think our assortment is good. I think 3 Waste is good. I think 4 Carpulsian Forest is good. 4 Eldrazi Temple is obviously great. I think we're good at the 5 basic split, the 2 Stomping Grounds, and 4 Wooded Foothills. Fine. I think we're fine. I think it would be beneficial to cut one of the lands for a Boseiju. And I don't think this is the right mana base, and I'll talk about that here in a second. I think it's worth bringing in a Boseiju, and I think what I would do is just cut. You know, I'm going to use this one as our reference point, right? Let me move stuff around here. I think it is. I think we're going to cut one of the mountains, and we're going to go up a Boseiju. Boom, just like that. And I think your mana base is good. Leave it at that. I think it's good. Do you think we could bring back old Eldrazi's? Is there enough to stop it nowadays? I don't know. I think Thought-Knot Seer is decent. I think Reality Smasher is decent. And I think Matter Reshaper is decent. Let's talk about the rest of the deck. Lightning Bolt obviously is good. It's a 3 of. I don't think we need to be in a 4 of, but it's one of those things like it probably couldn't hurt to be a 4 of. Birds of Paradise, Noble Hierarch. Ignoble Hierarch is way better. I also think Delighted Halfling would be much better than Birds of Paradise, but I also understand we're not going to have access to Delighted Halfling before the tournament. So I think Birds of Paradise is fine. It's too bad there's not. It's too bad that Noble Hierarch doesn't hit our mountain sources, because Noble Hierarch would be better than Birds of Paradise. But is what it is. Here's the question. I never checked. Can Birds of Paradise tap for colorless in Magic the Gathering? Birds of Paradise cannot produce colorless mana. So Adam, Birds of Paradise cannot produce colorless mana. So just question. It was okay. This is deck 1. Questing Beast was not in this deck, so I got to go through this deck before we move on to like the other decks. Captain Lannery Storm really impressed me. I actually really like this card. This card was sweet. This card was really cool. Haste, it's okay. 2/2, it's okay. If you can turn to this is a pretty strong card. The treasure's relevant for our deck, and the fact that you can pump this card while using your treasures is really interesting. This card, I will say, hands down, really surprised me. This was one that I looked at, I was like, this seems cool, but like, I don't know, being only a 2/2, you know, I was like, it's really cool, but I'm like, also like, it's like, I want to maybe like this card more than it's maybe worth, maybe. And then actually using it in practice, like, no, this card's actually kind of legit. Like, it is not bad at all. Being able to get that treasure off of it to ramp yourself into Smasher, Glorybringer, is really strong. Also, Adam, just so you know, if I'm referring to him, I know he's not in chat, but I'm referring to him because I know he's going to watch this. Treasures cannot tap for colorless, which also sucks, but we learned that the hard way. This was surprising. This is surprising how much damage Captain Lannery gets into, and it is really, really good to hit with Bloodbraid Elf. It is a nice... These two cards play off each other very nicely. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Is Captain Lannery a budget replacement for Ragavan? 1000%. There is a little bit of an argument with Captain Lannery. It is different than Ragavan. We don't have the dash ability, and we don't have the steal off the top ability. That's replaced with built-in haste, and whenever you sacrifice a treasure, it grows. We're 100% an aggro deck. We're 100% all about punching in. So the fact that Captain Lannery grows on its own, just by us naturally using our treasures to cast our Reality Smashers, to cast our Glory Bringers, is actually kind of relevant in closing the clock out. So, you know, you turn 2 Captain Lannery, attack, get a treasure token. Turn 3, you know, let's say all the pickles are in the right basket for you, right? So you turn 1 Noble Hierarch, turn 2 Captain Lannery, turn 3 you have Ignoble Hierarch, a land, and an Eldrazi Temple, right? We're just spitballing here. Then you Reality Smash by using you have Glorybringer or Reality Smasher, either or. This is turn 3, right? So you have 2 lands, Ignoble Hierarch, and a treasure. So that's 5 mana. 3 lands, Noble Hierarch, treasure. That's 5 mana for Smasher or Glorybringer. So you sacrifice it. Captain Lannery is now a 3/2. You attack, and you can sacrifice the treasure immediately before combat damage to become a 4/3. So it is different, but it is also kind of a budget Ragavan. If we had Ragavan, would I say replace Captain Lannery with Ragavan? Maybe. That'd be my answer. Maybe. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Tenoli's Skin Shifter. I want to like this card. I don't like this card. I don't think it's good. I think it has its place. I think there's moments where this card can be insane, but I think those insane moments is like not even a quarter of the time. And now Adam's probably going to have a different perspective because he's been playing this card a lot longer than me. It's kind of a micro pet card of his. It could be a huge pet card. I don't know. I know he likes this card a lot. But I think this is the weakest card of the deck, like by far. I think there's way better choices you could have. You cannot Glorybringer. That was something we found out. You can't copy Glorybringer and exert it. So you don't get that effect. You don't get any of the ETB effects like you do with Metamorph. And you don't get really much anything. We ran into a case where we Cascade Bloodbraid Elf, hit Skin Shifter. They killed Bloodbraid Elf, and now we're stuck with a 0/1. We tried a deck where we cut this down to 2, and I was still just removing it. I think this is the weakest card of the deck. I'm sorry, Adam, I know you love it, but I am not a fan of this. The more I've played it, the more I've tried to use it. I think it needs to go. That's my opinion. If you want to play it, go for it, but I really do think that's the weakest card. Thought-Knot Seer is good. The problem I've always had with Thought-Knot Seer is if they kill it, they get to draw a card, but it's good. No to Dying, turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer is not really strong. Phyrexian Metamorph is good. It is a nice backup Smasher. It's a nice backup Glorybringer. It can exert because it becomes a complete copy of Glorybringer, not like Skin Shifter, where Skin Shifter doesn't trigger until everything attacks. So that's the problem. Skin Shifter does become a copy of Glorybringer, but it does it in the attack step, and you have to decide if you're exerting before you attack. So when we looked at Magic Online, when we click on Glorybringer to attack, it would say attack or exert. And so you have to decide before you attack, so Skin Shifter doesn't copy that. Whereas Phyrexian Metamorph can, because it becomes a copy before you attack. Phyrexian Metamorph also steals enter the battlefield triggers, does not steal cast abilities, which we found that with World Breaker. So Phyrexian Metamorph doesn't trigger off Cascade, which kind of sucks, but it can trigger Thought-Knot Seer. It could trigger Grief on the field. It can trigger several things. So I actually think Metamorph is solid. I think it should be trimmed down to 2, but I think it's solid. Bloodbraid Elf is good. It's just a good haste card. Cascade is an amazing effect when you're fighting against counter decks, when you're fighting against control decks that run counter spells, because you're 2-for-1ing. You're kind of putting them in a situation where you're maybe going to hit something that is, hard for them to decide on what they are going to counter. It always sucks hitting a Mana Dork. It sucks hitting Birds of Paradise. Let's just be honest. Everything else in the deck is fine what it hits. Noble Hierarch pumps your cards. Birds of Paradise, yeah, not the best. Reality Smasher is great. Glorybringer is great. I thought going into this, Fury is just a better version of Glorybringer. That was what I thought. And I've seen the light, Lord. Oh, Lord, I have seen the light. Glorybringer brings the glory. Imagine having 1 Apex Devastation as a top end. What is that? Is it Apex Devastator? Okay. It's that stupid little emote thing. Emote bar YouTube has. It just covers up part of the screen. I'm like, I can't tell what I'm looking at. What is this thing? I mean, that would be cool, but that would be so hard to cast. That's cool shit, though. It's a 10 drop, 10/10 that cascades 4 times. That's cool. Anyway, yeah. So I think Glorybringer actually surprised me, because I really did. I thought going into this, Fury would be better, because Fury enters battlefield, it deals the 4 damage out of the gate. Exert is kind of a weird mechanic because it's kind of slow, but I'm not gonna lie, man. A 4/4 flyer with haste is no joke. Having a built-in 4 damage that, yeah, exerting is slow, but it works in conjunction with Smasher, works in conjunction with Bloodbraid Elf and Questing Beast. You back all that up with Glorybringer. You Glorybring and then you back up your exerted turn with other big creatures, and it's just this cascading of effect of just thumpy creatures. You know what I mean? Is Combat Celebrant legal in Modern? Yeah, so we talked about Combat Celebrant. I didn't get a chance to run it today. I also didn't get a chance. He was talking about maybe doing a Prowess deck. I didn't get a chance to run that either. So I will say right out of the gate, Adam, I'm sorry, but I have been streaming for over 2 hours, going close to 3 hours. So I really feel like I put these versions of the deck to the test. Sideboard wise, we pretty much stayed in the sideboard all around. I'm going to look, see if I have relics. If I have relics, you should play Relic over Grafdigger's Cage. Rest of the sideboard is mostly fine. Void Mirror is really good against Rhinos and other decks. Fulminator Mage is decent against Tron. Warping Well seems awesome. There's so many things Warping Well hits. It's crazy. Destructive Revelry. I'm actually going to say this. I think Destructive Revelry, if we could, should maybe be another Fulminator Mage instead of this, if that makes any sense. The sideboard wise, we'll talk about sideboard here in a minute. Let's talk about the next version of the deck we played. This is the next version of the deck. I'm not going to go over cards that we've already went over. I'm just going to talk about the new choices. We went down 3 Birds of Paradise. I don't know if we should be at 8 or 7 Mana Dorks. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I don't know. Could we do Modern Ponza? We could. Yeah. Next week, I just kind of want to play nothing but Pauper. So maybe the week after, because we also have a Naya Rhinos deck from Raging Bull I want to check out. So maybe next week we can look at that. But I don't know if we want to be at 8 or 7. I haven't decided. I'm not sure. I guess it depends on what we can fit in. Matter Reshaper seemed good. A 3-2 is pretty impressive, especially when it has like a recycle ability. So that was a good addition. I like Matter Reshaper. It was good. Miglo's Maze Crusher, I think, is 100% a really good one of. I don't want more copies of this. I think a 1 is just fine. It's a 4/4 out of the gate. Really good for 3. And it has a litany of effects. Remove an oil counter, gains vigilance and menace in a turn, allowing us to punch in more damage. 2, it gets +2/+2. So it could be a 6/6. You can do all these in one turn. So you can make it a 6/6 with vigilance and menace. And then the last one is remove 3 oil counters and destroy target artifact or enchantment. Having that built in is nice. We're still at the 4 Thought-Knot Seers. We're at 2 Talani Skin Shifters. I think this card should just come out. We went down to 2 Metamorphs, Phyrexian Metamorphs. That's the money spot, in my opinion. I think 2 is the money for Phyrexian Metamorph. Phyrexian Metamorph is a pretty bad top draw if there's not a good board presence. So having 2 Phyrexian Metamorphs, and you can target a Reality Smasher, you can target a Glorybringer, you can target Bloodbraid Elf, Thought-Knot Seer, Matter Reshaper. There's a lot of good choices. You could also, let's say you have Mig on the field and you need, oh man, I need to destroy this artifact or I need to destroy this enchantment. You can just copy it, get rid of this Migzola, and I believe you would have the oil counters. Haven't got to try that, but I believe that's what would happen. So there's a lot of good things like Phyrexian Metamorph can hit. And then on top of that, like I said, just targeting your opponents. Like if you're in a matchup with Tarmogoyf, Tarmogoyf's going to be an obnoxious card for this deck. We don't have hardly any way to kill it, and we don't have hardly any way to deal with its size. So Phyrexian Metamorph can just copy it, and then now you're just kind of in a gridlock with them. So pretty good. Questing Beast is baller. This card is super good. Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste, all great cards on their own. Can't be blocked by creatures power 2 or less, so it can evade some cards and just punch in for a lot of damage. Combat damage to be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented, so it's also good against the One Ring, I believe. I need to look that up. Because I don't know. Because you can still declare attacks. Hold on. The One Ring and Questing Beast. Somebody's had to Google this by now, right? Who would win, the One Ring or the Questing boy? Questing Beast, same interaction as Core Firewalker versus Skullcrack. The boy cannot be stopped, and sometimes even blocked. So, it sounds like I'm trying to find like a legit site. Did you know Questing Beast can attack through the One Ring? Yeah. And listen to what else it says too. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. So in theory, this is something, Adam, that if you go to at the tournament, if you play Questing Beast, might be a good judge question. For running Eldrazi lands, could we fit It Betrays as the top end? It That Betrays. I don't know, because I don't know if we wanted like another top end other than Glorybringer. No. No, not a 12. I don't think we want to go any higher in mana than a 5. Even with like our cheap Eldrazi temples. And then whenever it deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to a planeswalker too. So you don't even have to attack a planeswalker with Questing Beast. You can just go, oh, you know how you have that Teferi over there? I'm just going to attack you, and Questing Beast will just do damage to it too, because why not? This card is sick. This is like a sick card. Questing Beast is awesome. Bloodbraid Elf still good. Reality Smasher still good. Glorybringer still good. Pretty simple. Sideboard same. Except for Relic over Grafdiggers. I'll check if I have them. I hope I do. I don't think I do though. Yeah, Questing Beast is good. It's just a question of like if Matter Ray Shaper is good. Excuse me. And let's talk about version 4. This is the version I played last. We're still at the 7 birds. I don't know if that's right. It feels okay. I think 7's right. I'm just going to say it. I think 7's right. 4 nobles, 3 birds. I think 7's right. I'm just going to say it. I think it's right. Then we have, I will say the mana base is wrong in this one. We're only at 2 wastes. We need to be at 3. I think we need 3 wastes. Bone Crusher Giant. 2 copies of Captain Lannery. We still have the 1 MIG, 2 Questing Beasts, and everything like that. So let's talk about Bone Crusher Giant real quick, and then we'll move on to what I personally like as the list. Endless One is a weird card, probably a Nombo with Bloodbraid though. What one's Endless One? Oh wait, I think I know which one Endless One is. Yeah, that would be a really big Nombo for sure. Yeah, so Bone Crusher Giant I like a lot. Damage can't be prevented this turn, and Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. So it obviously fights through. It should fight through the ring, right? If damage can't be prevented this turn. So you would have to target yourself, I think, Adam, with this. Stomp and the 1 ring. So I think what you would have to do is you would have to target yourself with this, because I don't think you can target your opponent because they have protection. Yeah, Stomp should be able to punch through. So in theory, and hypothesis in scientific queries, if they play the 1 ring, you should be able to Stomp at beginning your upkeep or your turn or whatever you want to call it. You could Stomp yourself to deal 2 damage, because you got to do 2 damage to any target, and you can't target your opponent because your opponent has protection from everything. So you could target yourself, you could target a creature, you could target a planeswalker. You can attack your opponent's planeswalkers while they have the ring. The planeswalkers do not have protection with the ring. So anyway, you Stomp, 2 damage. Damage can't be prevented this turn, right? So in theory, that should allow all your creature damage to come through. No, it's not dominant enough to run main Cast into Fire. There's not enough artifacts to, or even 1/1s to consider running Cast into Fire main. So yeah, you can punch through damage with Bone Giant. Also, Bone Crusher Giant is a 4/3 for 3. That when it becomes a target of a spell, it deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. So it's really solid. And I think now we just got to talk about one thing, and that I think that one thing is, let's go back to deck 1, and let's shape it up. Let's shape it up real quick to what we've been doing with this deck, right? We have 5 card slots. Well, I'm going to say we have 6 card slots. Right? What am I missing? Am I missing something? Hold on. Go back to 4. Okay. We have the MIG. So we have 5 card slots, right? I didn't even know I had this card. Well, I wouldn't even bothered of renting it. I didn't know I had this. Let's just leave this. Both artworks are cool though. So 4. Oh, I went up a 4th lightning bolt in this version of the deck. All right, so we need to talk about our flex spots. Our flex spots are in our 3-drop. Bone Crusher. Yeah, our flex spots are in our 3 drops. And our 3 drops really boil down to Captain Lannery, Mattery Shaper, and Bone Crusher Giant. Those are our 3 drops, right? Mattery Shaper was good when we had it. It's nice. It's a good card because it attacks really well, because who cares if it dies, right? You don't care if it dies. You're going to get something out of it. You're going to get either to draw a card, or you're going to ramp, or you're going to get a card onto the field, or you're going to lightning bolt them. You know what I mean? So there's like, I guess it's going to be a permanent, right? So you're either going to get one of your mana dorks on the field, or you're going to get a land on the field. Mattery Shaper's cool. What's up, Mitchell? This stream seems so serious. I think you need a knock-knock joke. All right, give me a knock-knock joke, man. I don't think it's serious. I'm just trying to help my friend out. And, like, I'm not like a pro player or anything. I'm just an idiot. So, knock-knock. Who's there? Hatch. Hatch who? Kazoon tight. All right. I like that one. But yeah, so we have like some flex spots in the 3-drop, right? I like that, Mitchell. Good night. Thank you for stopping in. I'm glad. That was a good knock knock. That was worth it. I appreciate you. Get some good rest, my friend. I'm not far off of it myself. But yeah, I think, Adam, when you're going to look at this deck, I'm also not exactly the best person to be around and putting on Modern, right? I'm an idiot. Nobody should be listening to my opinion on Magic cards to begin with. But if I'm going to try to help my friend, I do want to try to the best I can to help my friend really like spruce out this deck. I think Captain Lannery is good as a 2 of, personally. That's my opinion. I think this card is really good, but I think it's a good 2 of. So the question now is, what do we put in this 3-drop that's a 4 of? Do we go 4 Mattery Shapers, or do we go 4 Bone Crusher Giants? Bone Crusher Giants has more interaction. It has more reach, and a 4/3 is impressive, right? It's also worth noting that if your opponent goes to hit you with a discard spell, you can hit Stomp, and then now Bone Crusher Giant lives in exile until you decide to cast it, so they can't grab it from your hand. So that's worth noting. And it's 4/3. 4/3s are pretty impressive. With the Noble Hierarch, it's 5/4 when it attacks. So it's pretty good. Has built-in like burn if they want to remove it. So yeah. Why do we have 5 slots? Why not 3 crushers, 2 shapers? Because I'll tell you why. Is because we have a 1-drop slot that we're missing in this version. And I'll talk about that here in a second. Mattery Shaper is good. Mattery Shaper also is a little bit more reliable 2-drop, turn 2 drop, because of Eldrazi Temple. But then I guess Stomp is also a reliable 2-drop, right? You know, when you look at like Captain Lannery, Ignoble Hierarch, Birds of Paradise, both have to survive in order to hit it. Whereas Stomp gives you a turn to hopefully stave something off. And then Mattery Shaper, you have Eldrazi Temple, so you have a better chance of hitting it on turn 2. I think the question like boils down to is like which is probably the more valuable, and I think it's Bone Crusher Giant. We didn't really get to like see Bone Crusher here very much, but like in hindsight, the idea of being able to I wish you could just like toggle this. The idea of being able to burn 2 damage to your opponent, 2 damage to any kind of creature, planeswalker, whatever, is just super strong. Then having a 4/3 to back it up is also just really strong. And also having a 4/3 that if your opponent wants to remove it from the battlefield with a target spell, guess what? Here's another 2 life. And we're already putting a lot of pressure on their life. Matter Reshaper is just nice to hit a land or like a Noble Hierarch. Those are the best cards you're going to hit with Matter Reshaper. Matter Reshaper is a 3/2 that's a little bit more reliable as a turn 2. It's a card that attacks really well. It's a card that blocks really well. But I think Bone Crusher Giant is just more valuable overall. It has more value as a card, and I think it's just better. Modern being so fast, I think it's probably better. I don't think Modern's like super duper fast. I think it's kind of turned down a little bit. I don't think it's like ridiculously fast. If that makes any sense. And so that just leaves us 1 drop spot. Do we want a 4th Lightning Bolt or do we want a 4th Birds of Paradise? The argument is a 4th Birds of Paradise is more reliant as a turn 1 mana dork. But this is a terrible late game draw. It's a terrible card to cascade into. It's a terrible card outside of like turn 1, basically. It's not the best. Lightning Bolt, a lot better. I think it's Lightning Bolt. The more I've talked, the more I've rambled on. This has been ridiculous. I need to go to bed. The more I've talked, the more I've rambled on. The more I think Lightning Bolt is the choice for the 4th slot. Now let's talk a little bit about sideboard, and then last thing but not least, though, the deck. I think this is a bona fide badass Gruul deck. I think including the Eldrazi's, Thought-Knot Seer to disrupt your opponent's hand, Reality Smasher to just smash face. It's not going to happen a ton, but you can turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer. Is just really strong. Mig seems good. Bone Crusher Giant seems good. Captain Lannery is surprisingly a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be bad, but I was just afraid of a 2/2 for 3 just not being that impressive, and it impressed me. Same thing with Glorybringer. I thought Fury would be better. Fury is probably better in a lot of situations, but in this kind of build of a deck where you're not evoking Fury, Glorybringer is really awesome. Bloodbraid Elf doesn't hit. Why not just turn it into a rack deck? Exactly. Bloodbraid Elf, your targets for Bloodbraid Elf are limited. Mig's not a bad target. Captain's not a bad target. Bone Crusher Giant is not a bad target. Ignoble Hierarch, Birds of Paradise are probably the least exciting. Lightning Bolt's not bad. Are definitely probably the least exciting. You're not, you have a large group of 4 and 5 drops that you're not really ever hitting. You know what I mean? With it. And then, yeah, I mean, I know he likes the Skin Shifter. If you want to try to make that work, you can. I think it's just the weakest card personally. I think Metamorph is fine for the reasons I said. I think it's fine as a 2/of. For the reason I said. And also, it's not bad as a top deck if you have a Smasher or Glorybringer just to back it up with. But let's talk about sideboard. If we can get relics, we should get relics over Grafdigger's Cage. But when it comes to sideboarding, I know it's like really weird to say I'm going to sideboard out Reality Smasher, but I think Reality Smasher is actually probably one of your top sideboard options, because there's a lot of matchups where Reality Smasher probably it just isn't going to get there, and so you need something to interact with more. but it's not going to be the case for everything, right? You're not going to like always sideboard out Reality Smasher. There's games where Reality Smasher is going to be way too aggressive for your opponent to deal with. And I don't know. I like, the more I played it, the more I was like, the more comfortable I felt sideboarding out Reality Smasher in situations. I don't know if I'd sideboard out all 4, but like you could definitely side out 2 of them. You know what I mean? Same thing with Thought Not Seer. Like, there's definitely matchups where I don't think I'd want to bring in Thought Not Seer, where, you know, it's going to like get easily disruptible. Do you have a way to deal with the ring and the side? No. Nope. Kind of just rely on pushing damage through with Questing Beast and Bone Crusher Giant. You got to think, the ring, the thing with the one ring is, the problem for us is the protection for a turn. That's the problem. So if we can Questing Beast or Bone Crusher Giant on that turn where they can't Fog us, that's more beneficial, because they're going to get counters on it, and that's going to hurt them. So like if we can like prevent them from preventing us from doing damage, we're probably fine. But yeah, so I think Reality Smasher is not a bad target to sideboard out for some matchups. Obviously, something like Miglo's, the Maze Crusher, there's matchups where you're not going to really care about artifacts or enchantments. And if we can sideboard wise, I don't know, man, if you can, but I think it'd be better to swap out a Destructive Revelry for an extra Fulminator Mage. That's me personally. That's what I would do if we can. If you can't, I understand, but if we can, we should. Yeah. So makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, I think I really like this deck. I'm not gonna lie, this deck's cool. Feels good. Feels like it's got a nice chunk of power to it. We did take down some tier 1 decks today, so that's cool. I like it. Thanks, Adam, for letting me help you kind of tighten this up a little bit. Hopefully we can chat and it kind of come together. But yeah, I'm a fan of this. This is cool. This is sweet. There's a lot of cool cards here. So thanks for anybody watching. Thanks for hanging out. This was a long, weird, grindy stream. Tomorrow or later today, I guess, I'm going to be playing the rack again for a little bit. Probably not like a ton. I'll probably play it for like an hour or so around my normalish time of like 10 a.m. But outside of that, I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you want to become a member or subscribe, there's links in the description to do that. I mean, the subscribe button is its own thing, I guess, but I'm brain fried. It is 2. I've talked so much. We've played so much Magic. We did so much. I'm going to bed. Everybody have a great, wonderful rest of your day or night, depending on when you're watching this, and maybe I'll catch you at the Apex Gaming tournaments this coming weekend, August 12th and 13th in Caldwell, Ohio. So it'd be cool to see you. If you're there, feel free to say hi. It was fun while I was here. Have a good night. Yes, Darius, it was fun. I'm glad you had a great vacation. I'm glad you made it back safely. And I will hopefully catch you in the future. Bye, everybody.